You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Monday evening, everybody. We did not have a primary show tonight. Technical difficulties. Let's call it let's just call it a major technical difficulty. Second show going off right now. Rock K Logistics 410 Outlaw Sprint Car Series, the Dirt Slingers on Monday Night Thunder. 27 drivers in attendance. 22 will make the 30-lap feature tonight. Only about 3 races left in this series. They'll culminate at the end of the month with one of the biggest of the crown jewels next to the King of the Wing, the Jason Johnson Memorial, on the 23rd of June. That is going to be a great... You don't want to miss that show. We're going to have some special guests in the pre-race show. The executive director of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, Mr. Bob Baker, will be here to talk all things Hall of Fame and an inductee into that Hall of Fame. And one of my favorite people to talk to. Just about any time I run into him, and I run into him frequently, I run into him randomly at lunch every once in a while. Champagne Shane Carson will be on with us as well, so make sure you don't miss that. But tonight we're here at Charlotte, round number 8. Going to be a good one. Hello, Miss Deb. Guys, shout out in the chat. Let us know you're watching, where you're watching from, who you're here to see, or just say hi. Let us know you're there. I don't care if you're on YouTube, Trovo, or Twitch. You can hit that subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. And if you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. Well, because you enjoy racing and we bring you some. Things slowing down a little bit for the summer. I actually had to plug in my mouse for the first time in a long time because I couldn't get any of the buttons to work. That's why we had a little bit of dead screen time in between ads tonight. But getting that all worked out. About a minute, these guys will get out here. They do not have qualifying. They do, however, have some random heat draws, and it should be a good one. Mr. Matt Grimm, quick this evening here. 12.17 getting around the speedway, and that is not getting out and pushing the car, that's for sure. He was running it about as hard as it would go. Dylan Berg. I haven't seen Dylan Berg in a hot minute. Especially not at DSRL, but he is here tonight. Good to see him. Rick Main. Trevor Royer is in there. There's old King Whiskers. Ernie Williams up there in the top 5. Tyler Shell. Gumby making a rare appearance here. I don't expect him to be 18th quick when it comes time to race. So, we'll have a show tomorrow night for you. ERA. They got about 2 races left in that season before they take a couple weeks off. We're waiting to find out something from the Netcode guys about when the next coverage show for their Summer Sizzler series is. They'll reach out to us and let us know, and we'll get going. A big event coming up on July 22nd. The Milwaukee Mile 100. That is a IndyCar race that you'll see right here live. So mark that down. It'll be about an 8:30 Eastern start. We'll start practice. We'll talk to some drivers. We'll talk to some guys. We'll see what's happening. Somebody's going to win a pair of tickets to the IndyCar race up at Milwaukee. All right, let's get ready to get things started right here. Going to have the 814 of Brad Wade on the pole for the first heat race. He's going to have the 24 of Josh Whiteman on his outside. Jack Young at 410 machine. Inside of row number 2, next to Joe Johnson in the 013. Scotty T, Scott Thomason in the 6. Next to Tiny Dancer. Well, those two seem to be in the same row almost every time they go on a racetrack together. So we'll see the 118 and the 6 side by side in row number 3. Jay Schaff, the 3 car. Matt Grimm, your quickest in the pre-race practice session, the hot lap session, the 91. He starts in row number 4. And then King Whiskers, the 91. Ernie Williams, Outback Jack for heat number 1. Should have 3 heats tonight. We will take 4 from each. That'll put a dozen locked in. Once we're done there, 2 B mains. We're going to look for 5 cars out of each of those B mains. And once we have those cars locked in, our 22 starters, 30 A-main laps tonight. Rockin' K Logistics 410 Outlaw Sprint Cars. 8. I see 8. We're missing the 3 of Jace Schaff. I don't know why, but we're missing him. Well, we may or may not see him after a while. We'll just have to see. Everything looking good. I'm trying to watch a little on the YouTube up on the big screen TV up here, and it looks okay. I played with some settings. Just wanted to see what would happen. I'm really debating on whether dumping my internet company and going to somebody else so I can try to do some 1080p stuff, because we're stuck at 720 right now, and it's kind of irritating me. All right, about time to go green and get ready for the first of the 3 heats. 8 times around. Well, once again, the top 4 will be locked in. And the green flag is out. Heat 1 underway. Through 1 and 2. Wait to the point. Whiteman got a gigantic launch off the top of turn 2. Contact at the back. They'll keep him forward. Now contact in the middle.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution is out. That took about half the field. Let's go try to watch here. Where is it? Right there. Trying to get that drone cam. Josh Whiteman with a big run. Oh, and then just a little bit too much slide up the hill. I think that was Joe Johnson. He got into Brad Waite. That cleaned out most of this field. Now we got a car kind of creeping around over here. I'm not sure who that was. I think Scott King was trying to get into one of those top 4 spots if nobody's going to be able to continue. We only got 2 cars on track. Everybody else got wrecked out in that deal. Scott King, Joe Johnson, Scott Thomason, Brad Waite, Jack Young. So you've got 3 guys. Ernie Williams just... he's not rolling out. Well, I thought we were going to have 3. It looks like we're only going to have 2 to finish this up. Nope. Ernie Williams did roll the car out. I was a little behind on my video. Sorry about that. I thought I had caught up to live. So 3 cars going to finish this one. It looks like Scott King right now sitting in that transfer spot. He was scored in 4th when his demise occurred, but Josh Whiteman out front, he's going to get us restarted. Green flag back in the air with 6 laps to go. We cleaned out most of the field. Started with 9, we're down to 3. Oh, big run from Ernie Williams. Williams around Grimm for the 2nd spot. Got about 0.8 of a second to make up on Josh Whiteman if he can do it. There he goes by the flag stand, Josh Whiteman. Opening the gap up now. He's kicked it back out to about 0.9 of a second. It was down to just under 3/4. 2 to go. Whiteman kind of on cruise control right now. Williams 2nd. Grimm is 3rd. White flag over the speedway on an anticlimactic 1st heat race. Josh Whiteman punches his ticket to the A-main. Ernie Williams will go with him. Matt Grimm as well. And then it looks like Scott King is going to pick up that 4th spot. Joe Johnson, Scott Thomason, Brad Waite, Jack Young, and Jay Schaff. All going to have to work out of one of the last chance qualifiers this evening for their opportunity to make it through. So, Heat 2 is going to grid out. We're going to line them up with Doc Watson in the 66 car on the pole, and he'll have multi-time series champion Trevor Royer in the 90 on his outside. Dylan Berg in the 14 row, number 2 to the inside, and Tyler Schell will start next to him. And then it's the 21 of Chris Sobeski and the 79 of Dean Reynolds in row 3. Ryan Scheidt in the 10 car. Noah Bowman in the 24 in row number 4. And the 10 machine of Ross Carinta. He'll start in that 9th and final position. Got to get the car rolling first. There he goes. So heat number 2 going to roll off. See if we can let everybody kind of survive on this one. First one had the big one in it, the parking lot crash. All right, well, Royer and Watson are on that front row. Should be pretty good start. Shoot, anybody in this field can come up here and win this thing. I'll be interested to see how far up Carinta can make it in this heat race with that 9th starting spot. Everybody wants to be in the top 4. A little bit of a late start for our pole sitter, but Watson gets us going pretty good. Out of 2, little bump right there on the exit of 2, and it sure does upset a lot of cars. Here comes Gumby. Tyler Schell, he got off the corner a little wide, right rear to the left, or right front to the left rear. He is going to stack the things up. He'll fall out of the top 4. Now he goes back in with a big drive down the bottom. They're 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. We're going to have a couple of cars get locked up. Watson and Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds is going to be the non-survivor in that deal. Royer out front, Berg second. Schell up to 3rd. Watson and Bowman going at it for that 4th and final transfer spot. Man, Watson made a big run right there. He took it to him. Bowman trying to get himself into the mix, and he is going to get short slid in turns 1 and 2. All of this happening outside of our top 4, and the laps are dwindling away quickly. We are down to 3 to go. Watson is currently the bubble boy right here, just in front of Ryan Scheidt. Scheidt now has gotten clear of Carinta and Bowman. He is going to try to take that 4th and final direct transfer spot away from Watson. He slides him in 1 and 2. Watson gets a run down the backstretch. I don't think it's going to be good enough unless he goes for the big slider here in 3 and 4, and he's not going to do it. White flag is out. Let's go watch our bubble boy, because Royer, Schell, and Berg are in. They make it to the start-finish line. It's going to be about this 4th spot. And it looks like Ryan Scheidt is going to hang on and take that 4th and final transfer position. Carinta, Bowman, Watson, Sobeski, and Reynolds will duke it out for one of the 10 remaining spots. Good heat race, quickly through heat 2. Now we'll move on to heat 3, and it'll be Joseph Grandy, the 518, and Larry Moody in the 73 on the front row. Then Garrett Boyd in the 21 and Patrick Spangler make up a row number 2. Your 3rd row is Rick Main in the 187. The Merriman, Nathan Davis in the 36 on the outside of that 3rd row. And then making his return after a long absence from the series in the 23, Alex Shazinski inside of row number 4. Next to Jesse Atkinson in the 127. And another driver making a return after a long hiatus back here in the back. That's the 27 of Scott Griggs. That car different than what I'm used to. He's always had white on that car. There is white on that car. The way it was sitting, it just had a little bit of a shadow to it. Might be chromed now instead of white. Going to the front for the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Catalytic recovery on that car. That is a wild paint scheme. That is loud and bright, and you can't miss it anywhere. Some of our favorite paints are the ones that are the most, what I would say is obnoxious, because they catch your eye. All right, green flag going to pop out this next time around for the final heat race of the evening. 9 more drivers. Little blinky blinky. Oh no. We just talked to Garrett about his internet, and it goes off tonight. That is ridiculous. He will not be happy about that. Green flag coming out. Technical difficulties for Mr. Boyd. We're going to look back here. 3-4 wide. They're slicing and dicing already. Spangler went from the top side of the exit of 2 to the bottom of the entry of 3. Hey, he's going to have... There's contact. Nate Davis, Larry Moody got together. So Chad Griggs going to be... Yeah, thought we might get one here. Let's go watch what happens with the 36. He's way up top getting into 3 and 4. Moody come up the hill. He gave him a little bump. Moody got in the fence, come back down. Davis just got all kinds of out of shape right there. And I think Larry Moody's car heavily damaged as well, and he'll take it straight to the pits. That'll get us the slowdown. Tight quarters racing, a lot of guys shooting for the same spots. It looks like Garrett Boyd is going to be able to get back in this. Not sure what the blinky issue was, but they'll put him back on the lead lap. He'll have to start at the back of the field. And he'll come around and join our drivers. We're going to go around one more time. Wanted to make sure he could catch all the way up to the back of this field before we turn the lights off on the pace truck. Just a few weeks left in the entire season for season 25 for Dirt Slingers. Everything ends on July 7th with the doubleheader and the 360 wing sprint cars, the Sprints for Freedom, the annual Sprints for Freedom. And I want to say this is the 8th annual, maybe the 9th, 17th. The 9th annual. I had to do the math. It's the 9th annual Sprints for Freedom event. Big doubleheader, USA Speedway 360 wing sprint cars. 2 full shows. Back to back on that night. It'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern start. And then a 9:30 for the second show. All right, back to green flag racing. 5 laps remaining in heat number 3. Once again, Grandy with a good start. Boyd is still a lap down. He got a lap back, couldn't get the second one back. So he's just going to pick up to 7th. It's going to give him a better starting spot in the B main. They were 3 wide out of turn number 2 for the second spot. And Patrick Spangler came out of the middle and grabbed it temporarily, but Rick Main is going to fight right back on the high side. And now Spangler's on the bubble, and here comes Chad Griggs. Griggs trying to work into one of the automatic transfer spots. He's going to go high in 3 and 4. He's probably going to have to do a cut down here into a slider in 1 and 2, and I think he's got traffic in front of him. We'll see how this works. He stays stuck to the bottom. Gets to 27 up off of the corner. Not able to keep the momentum up, and Spangler still has the transfer spot coming to the white lap. Grandy, Shazinski, Main. And now it's Griggs ahead of Spangler. Can he hang on through 3 and 4? It doesn't look good. The momentum going to give Spangler the spot at the line by 1/100th of a second. So Spangler is in. Griggs, Atkinson, Boyd, Moody, and Davis all looking for transfer spots out of the B mains. We're getting ready to move on to the first one. 12 laps, 7 cars. 5 spots up for grabs. We'll see who we get. The pole sitter is going to be Joe Johnson. Then Chad Griggs will be on his outside. Noah Bowman inside row 2 next to Brad Waite. I'm sorry. I read the wrong number. Still looking for Boyd, Sobeski, and Schaff. Rows 3 and 4. 5 spots are open. There comes Boyd. There comes Sobeski. Here comes Griggs. Is Jay Schaff still? He may not be in the server. I would have to go and check on something that I do not want to go check on to see. Maybe he has too many penalties. He can't have. We only had 1 race with the penalty point system. So it's got to be a problem with the 3 car. Not going to make it here. He's going to be done for the night. We've got 6 guys racing for 5 spots. The 1 car you don't want to be, that 6th place car at the end of these 12 laps. No Bowen Smith tonight. I'm kind of surprised by that. Oh, big blink from Joe Johnson. All right. 12 times around, 5 drivers will make it through into tonight's A main. Pace trucks out of the way. B main number 1 about to get underway. Just waiting for that loud pedal. There it is. Joe Johnson gets him started. Griggs on the top side trying to hang on to second. Just needs to stay in the top 5 right now. The odd car out. Chris Sobeski in the 21. I don't expect that to last very long. Now Sobeski tried to make a run. The door got closed on him. He's going to run around the outside of Boyd. He'll put Boyd, the first car on the outside, looking in. Johnson getting away from these guys. It's a battle behind them between Bowman and Griggs. Griggs up high, Noah Bowman down on the bottom. Bowman may have a little advantage in 1 and 2, but the high side in 3 and 4 is a gigantic advantage. Griggs got a great run from the center out. Now it's going to be hard to catch him. Sobeski's up to 4th. Waite is in that 5th spot. And Garrett Boyd's still back in 6th. These 2 battling over the last transfer spot into tonight's A main. Jay Schaff made it out. Oh, took the car right back. Came out for a couple of laps. He was a couple laps down. Doesn't look like this is going to have a yellow feel to it at all. And he put it right back in the infield. Must have been something wrong with the car. Johnson out front by 1 1/4, 1.3 seconds now. Griggs second, Bowman is third, Sobeski is fourth, and Waite is still fifth. And he is starting to open the gap up on Garrett Boyd. Waite, the final car to make the transfer tonight if he can hold on to that 5th spot. He'll start in row number 11 on the inside. If he can hang on for 4 more laps and stay ahead of Garrett Boyd. Johnson's opening it up. He's out to 2 seconds. He is yarding these boys. Up on the top, right rear, right to the fluff. This time a little, he is going to make a giant mistake. He may not win the race. He may stay in a transfer spot. He's lucky he's going to be able to continue. White flag. Griggs got around him finally. Big slider coming in 3 and 4. He's going to go up late. Griggs counters. Griggs first. Johnson second. Bowman third. Sobeski and Waite make the transfer spots. Boyd and Schaff both done for this evening. So now we have 17 locked in. Looking for 5 more. We'll get them out of this field of starters. Going to be the 10 of Ross Carrenta and the 118 of the Tiny Dancer, Scott King. On our front row, Jesse Atkinson, the 127, and Doc Watson in the 66 make up a row 2. Jack Young in the 410 and Larry Moody in the 73 in row number 3. And then Dean Reynolds, the 79, and Nathan Davis in the 36, making up the final row in this one. Only 5 spots are available. All 8 drivers making the call. So the second B main, full fielded. 8 guys for 12 laps. Looking for a top 5 is all you need to make a transfer spot. The longer we go, the more treacherous this track gets. Once this one starts to get slick, that top is the only place to be, and it gets a little rough up there, gets a little thin. It's kind of like Eldora. You're right on the ragged edge of smacking it into the fence. So you got to be smart and careful. Larry Moody not making the call. I thought all 8 cars made it, but only 7 have made that call to get out here tonight. So we're going to have 7 of them racing for 5 spots. We've eliminated 3 of our drivers. We're only going to eliminate 2 more. We're going to get the green out of turn number 4. Ross Carrenta really didn't get a great chance to show what he's got in his heat race. Kept him bottled up back there at the back for about the first half of it. He didn't get to stretch the legs on that car. So we'll see what he can do out front here. He's going to start deep in the feature. Hurts.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag and the final B main underway. Carrenta to the point. King up to second. It's a gaggle at 3, 4, and 5 right now. Atkinson, Young, and Watson. And Watson was good in his heat. Had a little contact with a couple cars, and it relegated him back a little bit. And now tight racing. Davis, squeeze play. Made him have to roll off the throttle, and Watson falls back to the first car on the outside. Davis looking at the final transfer spot as a bubble boy, and now the gap's starting to open up. Jack Young up here in third, and he was right up to the fence. Going to be close to it in 1 and 2, not nearly as close as he was in 3 and 4. He is right there. Nathan Davis is up on the rim. Not as close. Yeah, he got close this time too. He really gets tight with that fence up there in turn number 4. Carrenta, slider line in 3 and 4, and he is driving away. He's out a second and a half on these guys. We're already down to the wave lap, 5 to go. Young is second now. Scott King starting to fade late. He's got to hang on. He's in third, and the 2 behind him right there. Atkinson and Davis closing in. Nathan Davis is making tracks to trying to get up there to 4th. He might pass Atkinson's out at 2, and he does put Jesse Atkinson on the bubble for the moment. And Davis may not be done. He may be going after King right here. 2.5 laps remaining. Carrenta's already in the 3 and 4. He'll get the 2 to go signal right here. Now Davis not closing as quickly on the 118 as he did on the 127. White flag coming out. It's 2.4 seconds for Carrenta. This car looks very strong. He might be really good in this feature here tonight. Going to start deep. He may get to be hard charging. He'll go to the A main outside. Back in about row number 6, 7. Then Jack Young, Scott King, Nathan Davis, and Jesse Atkinson take the final transfer spots. Reynolds, Watson, and Moody all done for this evening. We've got our 22 cars locked in. We'll see how much time they give them on the warm-up session. Just waiting to hear what race control is going to do. 22 cars, 30 times around. Just waiting to hear when they're going to do it. Message will come from race control. We'll get ready for our 30-lap feature. 22 drivers. Rockin' K Logistics 410 Outlaw Sprint Car Series on Monday Night Thunder with the Dirt Slingers Racing League. This is round number 8 tonight. They'll have 360s next week, then 410s back, 360s. No, that's not right. 360s next week, 410s, and then turn right around in the 410s. And then we finish up the season with a couple of 360 races. And that's what the Sprint Car Series consists of. There's still at least 3 or 4 races in the big blocks. They go every Monday through the 30th. Their car count was pretty low tonight, so no stream for the low car count. But I can tell you that Ben Jolly picked up the win at Oswego. That should close the gap quite a bit on the points title race for that series. We'll look at it next week when we get ready to kick that off. Hopefully we'll fill the server back up and they'll be ready to go. But it looks like it is just about time for tonight's 30-lap AMA. Oh, we will get ready to go. Big time sprint car racing here. We're going to have the 24 of Josh Whiteman and the 90 of Trevor Royer on our front row to get things started. Joseph Grandy, the 518, Ernie Williams, in the 91 in row number 2. Gumby, Tyler Schell, the 85, former world champion in the iRacing World of Outlaws 410 series. Row 3 to the inside, and he's got the 23 of Alex Straczynski on his outside. Matt Graham in the 91 and Dylan Berg in the 14 make up our 4th row. Then Rick Main in the 187 and Scotty T. Scott Thomason in that 6 car in the 5th row. Ryan Scheidt in the 10 next to Patrick Spangler in the 39 inside and out in row number 6. Chad Griggs, the 27, and Ross Carinto both won their B mains. They start in row number 7, the 27 and 10 cars side by side. And then the rest of our B main finishers, the 13 of Joseph Johnson and Jack Young in the 410 in row 8. Row 9 is Noah Bowman, the 24, Scott King, the 118, old Tiny Dancer back there in the 9th row. Chris Sobeski in the 21. He starts inside of row number 10 next to the Mirror Man, Nathan Davis in the 36. And your final row for the A main this evening, Brad Waite in the 14 and Jesse Atkinson in the 127. 30 green flag laps. And what looks like a very racy dirt track at Charlotte tonight. We might see some high line, low line. Hell, we might see some middle line. You never know. Don't go anywhere. Lights are off on the pace truck. It is time to go green. Whiteman on the throttle. Green flags in the air. Out of 2. Whiteman did not get a good drive off the corner. It's going to open things up. Here comes Joseph Grandy to take the point at the end of lap 1. Josh Whiteman's going to fight right back. Trevor Royer was checked up in that outside row. That right there, that big wiggle off the exit of 2 for Whiteman, and he's done it 2 laps in a row. And Royer is right on the push bar. Now it's Shell to the point. That could be dangerous for the rest of the field. He's got the bottom rolling, and he's fast. Ernie Williams up to the 3rd spot right now. He and Whiteman will battle for that side-by-side. Royer still bottled up, now tries to cut to the inside. Contact. Royer keeps the car under him, gets up the hill. Big crash.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Big crash, big crash, big crash. Let's go to the drone cam. Out of 4, he's going to cut to the middle. Contact right there. Gets the car out of shape. He's going to try to drive it through the corner, and he gets back into Shazinski, and then mayhem ensues. That looks like Jack Young in the right front. Almost fell off that car right there. So several drivers are going to have to take it in. Looks like Noah Bowman, Ryan Scheid, Alex Shazinski, Scott Thomason, Ross Carinta. Why that's running in the middle of the night, I have no idea. Sorry you guys had to see that. It's going to be Shell out front. Grandy will be second. Williams, Whiteman, Grimm, Main, Berg, Johnson. I thought Carinta was off track. He is off track. King, Waite. Spangler and Sebeski are in there. So we kind of got to wait for things to shuffle out, but I think we lost about 7 cars. Maybe late. Trevor Royer is in the infield as well. Lights are going to go off on the pace truck. We're going to go 1 to go here. Still waiting for this to officially kind of shuffle through. Young and Atkinson are back on track. Royer's back on track. We're about to go green. I want to say we're going to have about 19 cars. Ross Carinta. Tyler Shell. Sorry, Tyler Shell getting us back going. Out of 1. He'll have a pretty comfortable lead getting into 3 and 4. It's a battle back here at about 4th place. That's Matt Grimm in the green and black 91, and he is racing. Josh Whiteman in the 24. Rick Main and Dylan Berg are side by side. That's a battle for 6th and 7th. Berg has the advantage. Carinta, Scheit, Shazinski, and Thomason look like they are all retired. And it's unfortunate that early in the race because get on here and follow him with the drone cam. Microphone not very good on our drone cam, so we won't have a lot of light, or a lot of sound, I mean. But we'll try to follow him around. Ernie Williams giving chase, and he's 1 second behind. Fall back and watch him for a minute. Williams up the hill, gets the right rear up on the berm. Got a pretty good drive down the backstretch. He's trying to grind the bead bolts off. Gap closing just a little bit. 20 laps to go. Joseph Grandy hanging on to 3rd. Matt Grimm is 4th. Then Whiteman, Berg, Griggs, and Main now side by side going at it. And Rick Main is going, man, what I got to do? All these purple cars trying to race me in here. Going to give up that spot. Grimm is now under fire from Whiteman. That'll be a battle for 4th and 5th. I'll tell you, Dylan Berg is right there, and he is looking to get his hat in the ring on this. But Chad Griggs is going to use the high side, just couldn't get a drive up. I think he could have went 3 for 1 right there. He could have threaded that needle and got between Whiteman and Grimm. Now he's on the bottom, little contact. Everybody's going to keep him going. Good driving by those guys. Now Berg and Grimm side by side for 6th and 7th. Griggs is up to 4th. Griggs started 13th. 9 spots improved. He's not the big gainer. Right now, Chris Sobeski back here in 9th place, who started 19th, came out of one of the B mains. Your hard charger for this evening. Inside of 15 to go. Shell already getting into lap traffic. That's Jesse Atkinson and Trevor Royer right in front of him. They run 15th and 16th. Nathan Davis and Joseph Johnson both have taken their cars back to the pit area. It looks like they will be done for this evening, 17th and 18th for those drivers. And now lapping Trevor Royer. You don't see that very often. Tyler Shell puts Trevor Royer a lap down under green. Joseph Grandy now up to second around King Whiskers. That middle line really looks active down in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Chad Griggs trying to take a podium spot away from Ernie Williams. Through the slider in 3 and 4, and it did not stick at all. Now in between a lap car and Williams. This time Griggs may have it. Couldn't get the drive out of the exit of 4. That car just not planting and going forward on exit of turn number 4 at all. It does in turns 1 and 2. And Griggs moves up to the 3rd spot. He's going to go around Royer as well. He is closing in on Joseph Grandy. Tyler Shell running away with this thing. Going to be 8 to go out of turn 4 this time. 5th place, Josh Whiteman, quite a ways back. He's got a lot of company, a lap car of Atkinson, but here comes Berg trying to break into the top 5. Grandy now just trying to hold off Griggs. 6 laps out of 4 for Shell. 2.5 seconds in front of these two right here. Griggs right up to the fence. Almost into it. Barely keeping the 27 car off the wall. And he is closing quickly on Grandy. Wave lap that time for Shell. 5 laps remaining. 4 laps this time. Shell goes around another lap car. Tyler Shell yarding the field tonight here at Charlotte. 3 to go. Cars going to the infield. That looks like Brad Waite in the 814. 2 laps to go, 2 1/4 seconds. Griggs got around Grandy just now. He's going to have the 2nd spot going through 1 and 2. Can he hang on to it? Yes, he can. Good drive on the exit for the first time all night long on the top side of turn 2 for the 27. White flag for Tyler Shell one more time around. Monday Night Thunder, Rocky K Logistics, 410 Outlaws at Charlotte. Tyler Shell going to pick up the victory. Chad Griggs 2nd, Joseph Grandy 3rd, King Whiskers Ernie Williams coming home in 4th, and Josh Whiteman in your top 5. Berg was 6th, Grimm 7th, Spangler 8th, Main in 9th. 10th was Sobeski, Bowman 11th, King 12th, Young 13th, Royer 14th, Atkinson's was 15th, 16th was Brad Waite, Johnson in 17th, Davis 18th, Scherzinski 19th, Corinta 20th, Scheidt 21st, and Thomason rounded out the field tonight. So we'll wait for our drivers to make their way into our interview booth here. We're sure they know the way. Sometimes just takes them a minute. Give them plenty of time. Remind you guys about tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. There we go. They're coming. They're coming in now. Let's go and talk to our third place driver. Joseph Grandy, you got a copy. Mr. Grandy, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. Good run tonight. Track didn't look like it was all that bad. Normally we see Charlotte get into a super slick state, and tonight it looked like it stayed pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't need to run. I don't even think I ran the top once that whole race. Stuck it through the middle. I probably could have put one more gallon of fuel in there. I had to take it easy the last 5 laps so I wouldn't run out of fuel, but, I'm happy with a third.
Yeah, it looked like the track was super good just about everywhere until the very end, and then it looked like the middle came in. You said you were saving fuel a little bit. The shorter way around just didn't help with that?
Yeah, a little bit of that, a little bit missing my marks a little bit, but yeah, I wanted to be up a little higher, but I wouldn't have made it in fuel if I was.
All right, man. Awesome run tonight, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the guys over at Inferno, Motorsports, Catalytic Recovery, West End Tone and Repair, Hinkle Homes, D&T Designs, A&J Custom Creations, Mad Rabbit, Highline Cinematography, Reckless Wraps, and my girlfriend Olivia, and you, man, for doing the broadcast.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. I'll look forward to seeing you back maybe in the 360s next week or in a couple of weeks for the back-to-back stuff with the 410s as we close out the season.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Joseph Grandy finishing in third tonight. Now let's grab a driver that finished
disaster.
second. Yeah, it was a horrible disaster. It was terrible that you finished second. Gonna give Chad a hard time. I haven't talked to him on air live, and I can't remember. It's been a while. I think he won at Port Royal here. Oh, was it last season? It was the last time I talked to you live on the air. But, man, you look good tonight. You picked up 11 spots, and you're going to come home second.
Yeah, pretty good, I guess. I haven't been running for a while. I ran at NARC No Limit League, but that was about it for a while. And then when they were done, I haven't been running a whole lot. So Shell talked me into running tonight, and took a little bit. I was a little rusty. I probably looked like a weapon out there early on trying to get rolling. And then once I got the feel back, I got into my rhythm and got up top and tried to make some ground.
It looked like the track was pretty racy all around. You didn't have to just run that super thin line at the very, very top. You did it. You got up there. You made up a lot of time once you figured that out. How long did it take you to find that the top was just going to be the way to be?
Well, I originally was going to try to hang down on the bottom for a while, but then it was so hard. I was struggling hitting it the way that I was, so I was going to end up more being a weapon down there than anything. And there was just a gaggle of everybody where I was at trying to run the bottom, and I was like, I'm not going to make any headway here running in a pack of 5 guys all running the bottom. So I just had to work my way to the top and then figure out where I needed to be up top to gain momentum.
Well, a great run, man. It's great seeing you back in the car, not spotting for somebody. Come out here. You had to chase your teammate. And he probably just wanted you to come race so he could see how many seconds he could beat you by.
Oh, he does. But, I mean, Tyler's good. He always bugs me to race, and a lot of times I don't want to race. I'll watch or spot or whatever. But he gives me shit all the time. So I was like, all right, I'll run tonight, whatever.
Well, an awesome job nonetheless, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate with your teammate as soon as I'm finished with him.
Thank Tyler for dragging me out here tonight. Thank you for the league and the broadcast and everything that you do. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. Hopefully I get to see you more often on the racetrack, sir.
We'll see. Maybe.
All right, that is Chad Griggs finishing second here tonight, and now we'll move on to his teammate. And he said that Tyler drug Chad over here, and I said, just so he could see how many seconds he could beat you by. Gumby, is that true?
Maybe. I've been trying to drag him to race, and it never happens. But I did good on my bartering skills tonight to get him to come race, so I'm glad he did. I'm glad he finished second.
Well, you guys got your story straight. That's a good thing. At least you told the same one in here. But, man, this track looked pretty good. You kind of stayed married to the top, and I know as a former world champion, you kind of have all the tricks figured out. Is it just really the best way to go here? Just stay at the top and don't worry about what everybody else is doing?
Yes and no, kind of. It's definitely the preferred line. I was able to run the bottom there in the beginning, and it was good, but I could tell I was definitely losing time. Granny was definitely able to get runs and stuff, so when that caution came out, it kind of saved me and let me regroup, and kind of just wanted to run the top. Unless I got passed, I'd move around, but unless like I was getting passed, I wasn't gonna move around. I did hear Ernie. I don't begin at probably lap 10 maybe, and then kind of went away and didn't really hear anyone else. So that was a good thing because I really wasn't very comfortable at all. I felt like I was on the verge of death a lot of the time, but I was able to kind of just slow my pace down and hit my marks right the last 10 laps.
Well, an awesome run in here tonight, man. You pick up the win. I need some shout-outs and some thank yous.
Yeah, just like to thank you for putting on a league here. I haven't been able to come as often with the beginning of the season with school and stuff, and then real life racing, and so I was able to had a free Monday. Saw you were at Charlotte. I was like, oh, we'll give it a shot. The other couple races I did here definitely didn't go this way. I just had a lot of bad luck, but I was able to. Was glad this one turned well, and then just like to thank all the boys, Chad, Ty, Trevor, Bowen for hanging out, and then I was up Flow Racing, Moreland Tires, and Pace by Tuna Can.
Awesome job, man. And I'm just glad that you are okay after your real life incident, sir.
Yeah, wasn't so good, but got lucky and just had some bruises. So lived another day, and hopefully the chassis comes this weekend and we can build another car.
Been there, done that. My shoulders have never been the same since I did my tumbly in my sprint car, and yeah, it takes a while to get over those.
Yep, nope. I had a couple. My knees were a little. I had some bruises below my knees. My one ankle was banged up a little bit, but no swelling, just some bruising, and that was about it.
All right. Well, I'm just glad you're okay, man. Glad to see you here. Hopefully, we get to see a little bit more of you the rest of the way out. I really hope you're going to be here on the 23rd for the Jason Johnson Memorial.
As long as I'm home, we'll be here. Definitely was a cool race. Got lucky enough I won it one time. Hopefully, maybe we can have a second one.
That would be awesome, man. Congrats on the win. Thanks for chatting with us. See you as soon as we can.
Yep. Thank you. See ya.
Tyler Shell picking up the win here tonight. And it's good to see him back. He's right. He has had some crappy luck. He has shown up 3 or 4 times, and if he don't take home the trophy, he brings back a bent steering wheel. He's just had bad luck here, and it's good to see him get out front. Great to see all the guys. And I know we had an early incident that kind of took 3 or 4 guys and made their cars not nearly as good, but it was still good to see everybody, and hopefully we can finish this season strong. We really love our sprint car series over here on Monday nights, so I'd like to see them all doing well. We'd like to see more guys in the big block series because I really enjoy watching that and streaming that series for these guys. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. I want to thank all of you for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do all this. And without all the great, awesome, fantastic, and wonderful leagues giving us perfect and beautiful racing every single night to cover, there's nothing for us to bring to you. So high fives, pats on the back to everybody for all of that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night about 8:15, 8:30 Eastern for the ERA guys. Only a couple races left in that season. We'll see if Dylan Connor can go back-to-back as a series champion. Or pick up his third. He may not be back-to-back, but he may be on his third. We'll get you the points for that tomorrow night. Till we see you all again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Keep it dirty for me until